Assalamu alaikum students. I am science subject teacher of class 6 of Javed Bahria Model School. Today we will discuss chapter number 1, Life and Living Things, part 1. So let's start. First of all, we have to learn about characteristics of living things. All living things carry out same life processes but not exactly in the same way. For example, a cat runs faster when it chases a mouse. On the other hand, an every plant moves slowly as it grows up a walls toward the light. Here there is a comparison between a cat and a plant. There is two different kind of species over there. But they both do the same kind of the characteristic, and that is to response or to the movement. Here they both carry out the same life process, means they both have to both have to respond regarding some stimuli, but not exactly in the same way, because the cat run faster and the ivory plant it moves slower. So they took part in the life process but not exactly in the same way. This comparison tells about the point number 1 and point number 2. Hope you understood. The second is life processes. There are different 7 life characteristics of the living processes or the living characteristics. We will discuss one by one. Food, which is also known as ghiza, growth, their development, their increase, their size, their length or their mental level, excretion, their removal method, movement, it is to move from one place to another. Respond is basically happen in regarding with some stimuli or in the state of danger or any other situations. Reproduce or reproduction, it means to increase their number from normal to increase in their number, and it is very important a biological character of living things. Respiration, to produce food which is taken by the living organisms. Now let's discuss one by one in detail. Food. All animals feed to produce energy and to grow. They eat other animals. Plants make their own food by photosynthesis. Here it is a life characteristic of the living organism, and it is very basic, because without food nothing can happen. No energy is obtained from any system, no growth occur in any living organism. So food is very important, and it is important to each and every living organism, not only plant and the animal, but the other organisms too need food to grow and to work properly. Here it is somewhat different thing, that is that animal produce food in the process called photosynthesis. Photo means light, and synthesis means to prepare or to synthesize something. So here photosynthesis means to prepare something in the presence of the light. Plants can obtain their food by making themselves in its leaves, but animals can't produce food in their own body. They can't do photosynthesis. They have to search food in order to get the food. Next is growth. Animal grow until they reach certain height. Plant grow continuously throughout their lives. This is another character of a living organism, and that is growth. Whenever any kind of living organism gets food, it must grow. But there is certain limit in living organisms. In animals, that animal grow at the very certain level of their life. They reach at that level and they can't grow anymore. But plant, throughout their life they grow, they can't stop. Even they grow very tall in the height or in the width, but they can't stop or rigid. They just grow and grow throughout their life. But animal, when they reach to the certain height, they stop growth. Next is excretion. Excretion means the removal of the waste from the body. Animals All living things produce waste such as carbon dioxide and water. This removal of waste is called excretion. Either a plant or an animal, every living organism, whenever it they excrete in the form of carbon dioxide and water. These are very last and least things that come in the end of the excretion. Movement. Animal move with their legs, wings or fins. Plant move by growing towards or away from something. Movement means animal move from one place to another by specific organs. Animal have specific locomotory organs. For example, legs are present for animals and humans, wings are present for flies, etc., and fins for the fishes. So here animals have some specialized locomotory organs for that movement, but on the contrary the plant grow, move, but in towards something or away from something, because they doesn't have the locomotory organ, just they move. Next is respond. Animal use sense organs such as eyes, ears and nose to respond. Plant do not have such organ to sense with, but they still react. For example, the touch me not plant, if you touch it, it curls its leaves, means it show response. But plant do not have a specialized respond organ. Next is reproduce. All living things must reproduce to replace those that die, means it is very basic very basic characteristic of the living organism that it should have to reproduce. If plant doesn't reproduce, it means it may exist from the it means it can extend from the biosphere. Next is respiration. Living things need energy to grow, move and to work properly. To do all this work, energy must be released from the food. This process is called respiration, means the food which we have already taken, it has to be released energy, and that energy is used in growth, in movement and in any different things. Thank you. Stay tuned. Allah Hafiz.